Hello everyone, today we're going to go over my second Playforever toy car. So here's the blurb from the Playforever website. There's actually 3 different websites, but embracing the errors of the 50s and American muscle cars. But I'll be honest with you, to me it looks like a 1930s Ford or some sort of European 1930s GP racer. But that's just me. Obviously they know what they're doing. Here are the dimensions in the old lame way of measuring things. I highly prefer metric. It's just so much easier. Anyways, other dimensions, and it weighs 400 grams. I did weigh it. It checks out. Mine was 405 grams. So these are designed for children 3 years old and up, and they have the actual safety certification. So your child can chew on this thing and not get lead poisoning, that kind of stuff. All right. So the actual colorways here, the current colorway being sold on some of the websites is this black and like off-white color. But today we're going over this one, and I actually have this one in the mail as well, but also a used version. And then there seems to be a blue one. I'm not sure if there's any other colorways than these 4. So it showed up in this box here, and you can definitely tell it's used. It's actually yellowed. So they're a UK company, designing in the UK, made in China. This is a batch from 2019. I like the date because it gives you an understanding of how old it is. And now I feel pretty good about the price I paid for this on eBay. You can get these at a decent price used on eBay. The newer ones, they tend to cost a little bit more. This one would cost a lot new on eBay right now. So I also like the packaging because it's just cardboard. I can throw this away and know that's not going to pollute all of us, right? The only criticism I have though is paper is abrasive to paint. So if you constantly add or remove the car from this paper, you're going to scratch at the sides of the body eventually with really faint scratches. So I'm going to switch over to foam if I should keep this particular box. It was really dusty, so I had to wipe it off with some wet towels and microfiber cloths and stuff. Come on, what we can do is go away. So for me, this is a big model, but this is designed for children to learn dexterity. So I think this is actually a really good size for a small toddler to take and do this, and get a sense of movement and all that stuff. But me, I just like it because it's such a clean and smooth modern design. These are professionally designed by people with real industrial design schooling. So they do sketching, of course, foam mock-ups, clay mock-ups, CAD programming, and then obviously leading to 3D printed prototypes and then final production. So it's as simple as it is. It's the essence of it that makes it look so nice. Simpler forms tend to last forever, whereas crazy things with too much detail, they fall out of fashion. That's just my opinion, of course. Alright, so this is considered a MIDI size Playforever. Again, I think it's a really perfect size for any kid to play with. And if you're not limited on space, I think it's pretty good. I wear a size extra large motorcycle glove, so hopefully that gives you a sense of something. All right, well, you got this cool, I guess, gold or yellow, tan metallic, and then they're showing this Clyde purple through it. So they must have shot the purple paint first, and then had a sticker, shot this paint, and then pulled the sticker off. It's well done. It's like what you'd expect to see on like a really nice bicycle. It's under a clear coat. This is some sort of automotive clear coat finish, and probably it has automotive clear paint underneath it. So this purple, yeah, very cool. Look at this luster. And this is a used toy, but whoever used it, maybe they didn't give it to their kid. Maybe they just played around with it and they were an adult. So luckily for you guys, I'm wearing a t-shirt today. I live in the tropics, so it's really hot. But look at this. This sphere is just it's a mirror of a sphere. In fact, my oil is already messing it up, so let me get the microfiber thing. Yeah, you can see my square LED above us, me doing this and blah blah blah. All right, so very very smooth finish. I'm curious if these come off. I was looking through here. There's no indication of screws. They're just blanked off. It's weird. I don't know. So I guess these are just snap fit together and never meant to be taken apart in the future. That's too bad. The reason why I say that is if these are really played with children, I want to buy some really scratched up ones for cheap on eBay, and then I want to repaint them, make some customs. But I don't know if this is ultrasonically welded. It's possible this is ultrasonically sealed, so you do literally have to break it, and you might damage the, either this or that if it's literally melted together. So that's unfortunate. I guess you'd probably have to, and also, if this wheel doesn't come off, that would be really difficult to repaint because it's so tight to the body. How would you ever get paint in there? This is obviously not the design intent of this company, right? To have people take their products apart and repaint them, but it's just something I'd like to do. I like to customize stuff, so. Alright, well, maybe this one not meant to be, but the Biglietta Jasper I reviewed first, that was screwed together, so you could buy one of those all scratched up and then refurbish it. Okay, well, anyways, these do spin, but yeah, I'm quite positive it's not going to come off, because if a 3-year-old child took this off, then they would swallow this and choke to death, right? So it's just loose in there, but it has no effect on this side. So I don't know if there's like a break. I don't know if there's a solid axle going through this or not. Maybe not, because there's no indication that one side is affecting the other. Yeah. Okay, there's a bit of wobble here. I don't know. I assume that's just the way it comes. Maybe it's a way of having suspension, having it deflect off of pebbles and rocks. Whereas if it was super tight, it might just send the whole thing flying off. I don't know why that's so loose. That's what I was hoping, to maybe tighten these down, but I don't see it happening. Alright, inside here. Alright, so that's just the black plastic of this. And it carries across, or is it? No. I was wondering if that's a physical break. It's not. It's just a mold line. So, yeah, these things are going in there and being trapped by something. And then this purple part is, placed on top. It is nice that it has the Play Forever here, and it's actually raised. On the other one I did, they were recessed, the lettering, so that's interesting. If you bought some sort of paint that sticks to rubber, you could easily paint that, because it's raised like 0.5 millimeter at least, I would say. Okay, this is just raw plastic, this knockoff thing. I guess this is in itself is something a child would want to do. My brain is like a child, so I'm doing it, but this would help a child build dexterity, right? Just doing this, get some finger dexterity practice in. The wheels are plastic, they're very glossy, just black. They're dished out, alright. The rubber tires, they do feel high quality and nice. I like how the tires are so ballooned out. They're not just slab-sided. So it really gives the impression of an old school tire instead of, a low profile modern tire, which is almost flat. Just looking here. Yeah, you could probably take it off, but there's a rib to locate it in the middle. Alright. And then this number 4. Yeah, very well done. I don't feel any sort of raised lettering. So I assume it's a tampo print, and then after that they clear coated it. So both the purple and this bronzish color are trapped in there. Alright, so the helmet is, I would say, a copper color, and it just has a black plastic face, no eyes, no nose, just simple, clean design. And it doesn't move or spin. Okay. So that's it. There's really not much else to talk about. There's no lights, there's no grill. It's just Clyde, a stripe, and 4. But I really like the pure shape of it. It reminds me of like a Pinewood Derby car, or really just 1930s cars without all the extra tack-ons. Alright, so I guess that's maybe a part number. Oh, maybe this is the color code, plum. And then it's nice that you can buy this without the packaging. You know how old it is. And yeah, even this piece of plastic is painted, just like the top. Very cool. And then, yeah, naturally it rolls very well, being a rolling toy. Although this one kind of squeaks. You might want to put some oil in the axles if it bothers you. But weighing 400 grams, this has a lot of momentum, so I'm sure it rolls very far. But be careful, the rear sticks out wider than these tires, so if it were to hit a wall, you're going to scratch that paint. The front is well protected from the tires, so that's good. Alright, well, I lucked out. There's no major scratches or defects that I can see. Maybe tiny little nicks right here, but it's used, so I gotta accept it. So here's the Viglietta that I reviewed first, and this is from the Verve range, which I've come to learn now is their smallest range of cars. And so you'll see it's screwed together. Still rubbery tires, still the great finish and detail and all that, just smaller. Which I guess for a really, really small kid, maybe that works too. But for an adult even, you could have fun with this. I just want to show you the size difference here. It's definitely in a different scale, right? So I think I prefer the Verve. This has a solid axle running through, so there's no play really. I put some putty in so it doesn't roll off. But something about this design, I don't know, I just want things tighter, but I think it's probably this way on purpose, so, well, anyways. Let's let this go for one last spin at a lower angle. Yeah, it's really neat, with such tall tires covering almost all the height of the body. And for me it reminds me of the 30s. Okay, well, if you like this sort of stuff, hang tight, I'm gonna get some more. I really like these things. Even though they're really big, I don't know where I'm gonna put all of them, but I'm gonna keep buying some. Alright, we'll see you the next time. Bye.